Hi, this is Abby for Psych 215 Child Development for another Icebreaker activity. Um, I didn't really solve problems or disputes with friends because I didn't really have any. Like, I didn't really have any friends. I didn't really have any disputes with them. I had one friend who was a girl in elementary school, and basically the problems would be I wasn't cool enough. So she would go from being my best friend to wanting to be cooler and kind of putting me down and making fun of me because that was the cool thing to do. The only other friend I had was a boy who wanted to date me. So when he tried to kiss me, I just ran. That was basically how it went all the time. That was it. So my style was really just kind of, I always wanted to make everybody happy. And I was just, you know, trying to do the best I can. Um, in middle school, the only time I was really in conflict with a friend was I was friends with a group of three other girls, which were Sam, Lauren, and Kelly. And I wasn't very close to Kelly. I was a lot closer. Sam and I were best friends, and Lauren and I were good friends, and we became closer as we grew up. I'm still best friends with Sam to this day, and I don't talk to Kelly anymore. But Kelly and I had similar email addresses at the time, and she apparently wrote an email to Sam calling her a bitch and stuff. And Sam thought it was me, so I got shunned from the table during lunch, and I had to sit by myself and stuff. And I was just like, it wasn't me, and she didn't believe me. And I just kind of accepted the punishment because no one was listening to me. And eventually she realized that it wasn't me, and she apologized, and things just kind of went back to the way they were. Um, we just kind of picked up where we left off. The only other conflicts I really had were people doing stuff I didn't want them to do, or touching me when I didn't want them to touch me because I'd been molested, but I couldn't talk about it. I just couldn't. Like, someone, a shrink once told me you can either, usually if something traumatic happens, you can only talk about it or you can only write about it, and I couldn't talk about it at all. I had no voice. I just couldn't. So I was just like, I don't like that, and people just did it anyway. So most of my problems were people not listening when I said no and not taking me seriously, which led to problems later on in life. Um, Sam and I are still best friends. She lives in Rhode Island with her husband now. They've been married a year and a half, and we just kind of pick up where we left off every time we see each other, maybe once or twice a year. She was kind of the leader of the group. I don't really. It's hard to explain. We just kind of bring out the we just kind of mesh really well. We just have been close friends since sixth grade and just still are. Um, my parents kind of just let me do my friends on my own. They didn't really do anything. The only times they really stepped in was we did a trip in orchestra in ninth grade and I had no friends in it, so my mom asked my teacher to have me find someone in her room with, which was pretty embarrassing. I ended up quitting for 10th grade because I didn't want to go through that again. I never, I didn't really, I don't like the word feel the pressure to gossip about others, so I never really got any pressure to gossip. Like, people would, and I would just be some of it wasn't really, just what I, was involved with was not actual gossip, it was stuff that actually happened between the group of friends I was in, and stuff like that. It wasn't like rumors, like regular rumors, and I really didn't gossip about anyone. I still don't. I just don't like to. I actually had to, when I was at field school, people were gossiping about two friends of mine, and one of them tried to gossip with me. I was just like, no, I'm not doing that. They've been nice to me. I'm going to be nice to them. You don't do that in front of me. And thankfully, she respected that. I was I was pretty much an outcast in high school. I was too smart. I was different. I got picked on. People threw stuff at me. I was always at the top of my class, so people tried to cheat off me, and I obviously wouldn't let them. Stuff like that. Um, so I had like one or two friends in elementary school, 3 or 4 friends in middle school, a couple more in high school, but like I mostly was just friends with like 2 or 3 people really closely, and then just it was some people I knew, like vaguely friends. Um, I didn't really look for friends; they just either came or went. I if I knew people, they were usually because I knew them from the 2 or 3 girls I already knew, and happened that way. I didn't really meet anyone extra. I made some friends in a special class I was in high school called E-Team, which was like a group of about 30 kids, and um, people were pretty nice to me, but I wasn't like really close to any of them. Um, as an adult, I usually just look for people who, common interests, usually like nerdy things, are hopefully nice, can talk and joke about, hang out with, stuff like that. I really blossomed when I went to college at SUNY Geneseo, and I have lots of friends now, and I miss them dearly. I miss Geneseo because a lot of them were younger than me or ended up being super seniors as well. So it's really not the same without them.